pas changer net. Bon Dieu va nous seul. Si une religion bon Dieu va nous seul oui. Jésus-Christ dit quoi son seul oui qui est. Pas de différent, pas de plusieurs one way. C'est le commandement bon Dieu pour nous suivre. So là elle étude de Lévi. Lévi c'est haïtien. Vous voyez 12 tribus haïtiens. Lévi c'est sacrificateur. Ça fait ouais haïtien, dans le pays haïtien, il toujours fait sacrifice. Il toujours fait comme des bookman, toutes les nouvelles Jean-Jacques de Salé, tout le monde, il fait un sacrifice. Donc, sacrifice, il est dans nous-mêmes. Mais nous-mêmes, nous faisons mal ensemble avec. Mais c'est là nous qui fait longtemps. C'est nous qui sommes non-stop. C'est nous qui faisons sacrifice pour nous. Ok? Donc, par exemple, on va regarder Levi, ça passe nous. Ok? I'm doing something. Do you want me to tell you? Non, non, non. You can break it. Ok. Vous comprenez c'est pas vrai? Ok. Deuteronomy 33 verse 10. They shall teach Jacob thy judgment, and Israel thy law. They shall put incense before thee, and whole burnt sacrifice upon thy altar. Let me read from the 8th verse. And of Levi, he said, let thy Thummim and thy Urim be with thy holy one, whom thou didst prove at Massa, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah. Who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him, neither did he acknowledge his brethren, nor knew his own children, for they have observed thy word, and have kept my covenant. They shall teach Jacob thy judgment, and Israel thy law. They shall put incense before thee, the whole burnt sacrifice upon thy altar. Bless God, his substance, and accept the work of his hand. Smite to the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him, and they rise up not again. So, on parle de Lévi. Lévi, c'est lui qui fait sacrifice, c'est lui qui monte 12 tribus en la loi bon Dieu. Mais nous-mêmes, nous chiter.
Are the Haitian names coming from that tribe?
Okay. I'm going to go to the slavery, right? So you can break down slavery.
Oh, you want to know how Haitian became Levi?
Yeah.
How they come?
Where is the coalition?
Where's the connection? Okay.
No Haitian.
Right. Because listen, let me tell you something.
I just
in the last days, give me Deuteronomy 49. I mean, Genesis 49. Now, that's an important point you said there. That's very important. Because God, the Most High, right, God, He made prophecies. He constructed everything, right? So therefore, He constructed your life. He constructed where you're going to be. He determined where you're going to be. So therefore, he wrote it down. So he gave you the characteristics of what each tribe will do, or where they would be, and actually mostly what they would be doing, wherever they go. So that's how you identify with the children of Israel in general. But each tribe by tribe, we have specific qualities that we portray. So that's how you're going to know that's how we found out who is who and where they at. Okay? So read that scripture for me.
Genesis 49.
Go ahead.
And Jacob called unto his son.
Right. His son. Now Jacob is the father of the tribes of Israel. His name was changed into Israel. Jacob was his name after he fought with the angel. He changed his name to Israel, meaning Prince of Power. Okay? Because he said he had power with God and with man. Okay? So these are the children of Israel, the children of Jacob. Same thing. Go ahead.
And said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that we shall be before you in the last days.
What shall happen to you in the last days? We're living in the last days, right? So he said, this is what's going to happen to you in the last days. Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together and hear.
And hear.
Ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
So Israel is the father. So he said, listen to your father. Because the Most High showed the father what would happen to his kids. The Most High showed Jacob what would happen to his children. Go ahead.
Simeon and Levi.
Simeon and Levi, they're brothers. They live in the same island, right? They live in the same piece of land. The Lord said they are brothers.
Dominicans
and Haitians are brothers. But yet still they see themselves as different. But they're the same people. Y'all are the same people. Go ahead.
Instruments of cruelty.
Instruments of cruelty are what?
In their habitation.
in their habitation. And he's going to tell you what the instrument of purity is. Go ahead.
Oh my soul, come not thou into their secret.
Right, so the secret is the instrument of purity, meaning what? Right.
Yeah, I say by
And the Dominicans, they do what? Santa Maria? 49.
Yeah.
Right. And the Dominicans, they do what?
Santa
Maria. They do that thing, right? So Levi do one thing, they do the other thing, but it's the same thing. Okay? Read on.
Come not thou into their secret. Unto the assembly.
The secrets and the assembly, meaning when they doing their stuff. Don't go to the assembly. Go ahead.
Okay?
Right, go ahead.
Unto the assembly, my honor.
Right, don't come into their witchcraft and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Be not thou united.
So the Lord said they wouldn't be united. They live on the same island, but yet still they are not united. They look at themselves as two different nations. One call themselves Dominican Republic, one call themselves Haitian. Go ahead.
But in their anger.
But in their anger, now let's go back to ancient times. The two brothers, Simeon and Levi, they destroyed a whole nation of men. They broke down the wall, they dug under the wall of, they went to Shechem, the city of Shechem, which was African people. Because the Africans and Israelites are two different people. They're not the same. Today they make us think that we're the same, but we're not the same. We went into Egypt. Okay, I mean we went into Africa. Just like we went into Egypt, we went into Africa as well. See? In 70 AD, after 70 AD, the Romans came up against us, we fled into Africa to hide. Go ahead.
But in the anger they slew a man.
When it says slew a man, it don't mean one man. It's talking about a nation of men. Because Shechem was that city. They went in because the king of Shechem, his son, slept with that sister Dinah. And after they slept with Dinah, they said, how could we allow this Gentile to defile our sister? So they went to Shechem and they made a deal with the king and said, okay, they want to become one people with them. Meaning the people from Shechem, the Africans, want to become one people with the Israelites because the king's son slept with their daughter Dinah. So they say, you know what, we can't have this Gentile defile our sister like that. So they told the king, circumcise all your men, and on the third day, we're going to make you one people.
Yeah, let me say something. So Jacob take 12 petits garçons, mais ils ont petit fille tout. Petit fille Jacob là, il ouais, on sait bon monde a dansé, il y a la danse là tout. Le lui dans danse là, il y a roi lui-même. Petit roi lui-même, il prend petit fille, il dans petit Jacob là, il couche ensemble avec. Il y a le couche ensemble avec, il est venu pour parler avec Jacob. Pour dire que ça pour bailler petit fille avec petit garçon, pour changer, faire exchange. Mais pour y a Simeon avec Levi, vous entendez ça? Yo même yo prend counsel pour tête ensemble. Yo pas quitter papa connaît non. Yo dit ça OK, vous besoin somme non, pas de problème. C'est comme ça, on met problème là. Pour y aller dans yo c'est comme ça, tout garçon net. Je quand ça en asway, yo aller tuer tout garçon net. Et puis yo penser on va. Et comme ça on va supposer mettre son avec comme ça. On va supposer faire comme ça. So peut-être ça au payant.
Was like a defile.
Yeah, a defile.
Right, they defile their sister. So, yeah. Right, like the brother said, they tell them to circumcise, and after,
all that.
So now,
the Haitian part.
The Haitian part. But this is what we're trying to let you know now.
For me, I could go to the Bible and read Genesis chapter 49.
They're going to show you because Book of Malachi goes. You want to see?
If you go straight to the verse, you could tell me, because you understand?
Yeah, but this is what we're showing you.
I could go to somebody and say, okay, I meet some guys in the 12 tribes of Israel. Come from Judah to Issachar.
Right.
It's not the name that you know.
Right.
It's Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, whatever.
But you want to show them the name to say, okay, this equal that.
Yeah.
But this is my point. You will not see that. Because back then they didn't have those names.
Okay, so
now that we're showing you the characteristics of the people and what they would be.
This is another study that interprets